Life doesn't stop when you get injured. Hindi po humihinto ang mundo kapag nasaktan ka. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang oras. Tuloy-tuloy ang bayarin. At ang responsibilidad hindi marunong maghintay. Minsan, kailangan mo talagang magpatuloy. Kahit pagod na pagod ka na physically, kahit mentally drained ka na, kahit sobrang bigat na ng puso mo. Today, I want to share something very personal. Isang kwento na matagal ko nang kinikimkim. This is about my work-related accident here in Japan. The fears that followed, the financial struggles of my family, and kung bakit, despite everything, I still choose to stay hopeful. Last April 2025, biglang nagbago ang takbo ng buhay ko. It was just a normal work day, walang kakaiba, walang warning, until one moment changed everything. Nagkaroon ako ng work-related accident na nag-cause ng fracture sa left little finger ko. Para sa iba, parang maliit na bagay lang. Daliri lang naman. But if you work with your hands, alam mo kung gaano kalaki ang impact nito. Hindi lang sakit ang naramdaman ko that time. May kasamang takot. Takot na baka maapektuhan ang trabaho ko. Takot na baka hindi na ako makapag-provide sa pamilya ko. At that moment, hindi ko pa alam na this accident would lead to a very long and painful journey. After that accident, I went through 3 surgeries. 3 times pumasok sa operating room. 3 times umasa na magiging okay na. 3 times nagdasal na sana ito na ang last. The first surgery was to fix the fracture. Nilagyan ng metal implant yung daliri ko para maghilom ang buto. The second surgery happened because of complications, stiffness, pain, limited movement. Hindi po naging smooth ang recovery. Then in October 2025, I had my third surgery, the removal of the implant. By that time, hindi na lang katawan ko ang pagod. I was mentally and emotionally exhausted. Rehabilitation was slow, nakaka-frustrate. Simple things became difficult. Pagbotones ng damit, paghawak ng kutsara, paggrip ng kahit anong bagay. Mga bagay na hindi mo iniisip until bigla mo na lang hindi magawa ng maayos. Most people ask about pain when you're injured. Pero, bihira may magtanong tungkol sa fear. My biggest fear wasn't the surgery. Hindi rin yung physical pain. It was this question na paulit-ulit sa isip ko every night. Makakahanap pa ba ako ng trabaho after this? In Japan, lalo na sa physical work, importante ang lakas, bilis at reliability. Paulit-ulit kong tinatanong ang sarili ko, will employers still trust me? Makikita ba nila ako as a risk? What if hindi na bumalik sa dati ang strength ng kamay ko? Bilang isang foreign worker, mas mabigat ang pressure. parang kailangan mong patunayan na worth it ka pa rin. Bigla kong naramdaman na lahat ng pinaghirapan ko parang naging unstable. After the accident, I couldn't work, meaning my wife became the only one working. Siya na lang ang may stable income dito sa Japan. Yes, I did receive compensation from the Japanese government because work-related yung accident. And I'm truly grateful for that. But to be honest, hindi pa rin sapat. Life doesn't stop. Rent, utilities, food, transportation. Walang pakialam ang bills kung injured ka. And then, there's our family back home. We have 3 kids in the Philippines. One is already a university student. One is in high school. For us, education is non-negotiable. Kahit gaano kahirap, hindi pwedeng isuko ang future ng mga anak namin. But education is expensive. Tuition fees, school projects, books, daily allowance. A big chunk of our income goes straight to their education. On top of that, we also have aging parents who need monthly maintenance meds. Hindi pwedeng ipagpaliban ang gamot. Hindi pwedeng maghintay. So even with compensation, even with my wife working hard, we still struggled financially. May mga buwan na napipilitan kaming mag-decide. Alin ang uunahin? Alin ang pwedeng ipagpaliban? Paano hahabain ang natitirang pera? May mga laban na hindi mo nakikita online. Yung mga gabing gising ka, tahimik lang. Yung mga araw na nagpapanggap kang okay. Yung ayaw mong magkwento kasi ayaw mong maging pabigat. Marami akong tanong sa sarili ko during that time. Am I still useful? Am I failing as a provider? Strong enough pa ba ako para bumangon ulit? If you let these thoughts control you, unti-unti ka nilang sisirain. But I learned something important. Struggling doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're human. Despite everything, marami pa rin akong ipinagpapasalamat. I'm grateful for a wife who stayed strong when I couldn't. Doctors who did their best to heal my hand. The system here in Japan that supported me. Children who gave me reasons to keep fighting. Parents who still believe in me. Even in hardship, may mga blessings na tahimik lang, pero sobrang halaga. I won't lie, may mga araw pa rin na bumabalik ang fear. May mga gabi pa rin na puno ng uncertainty. But I choose to stay hopeful. Not because everything is okay, but because giving up is not an option. I believe my body can still heal. New opportunities will come. New skills can be learned. Doors will open at the right time. Being hopeful doesn't mean pretending. It means believing that this is not the end of my story. If you're watching this and going through an injury, job loss, financial pressure, or fear for your family, I want you to know this. You are not alone. Your struggle is valid. Your pain matters. And you are stronger than you think. Sometimes, just surviving each day is already a win. I don't know exactly what the future holds. Hindi ko alam kung anong trabaho ang susunod. Hindi ko alam kung kailan ako fully makakabalik. But I know this. I'm still here. I'm still trying. And I'm not giving up. One step at a time. One opportunity at a time. One day at a time.
Hindi man na maka ano din na. Lupad din anak kataas.
Thank you for listening to my story. Thank you for being part of this journey. If you're also going through a difficult season, I hope this video reminds you that even in broken moments, hope can still exist. We will rise again.